वृषभानुदधी नवशशि देखे ललित सखी गुना रमित विशाखे वृषभानुदधी नवशशि राधे गोकुल कारुणि मंडल महिते राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव राधे करुणा कुरुमयी करुणा भरी शानातना वर्णित चरिते करुणा करुणा राधे करुणा गुरुमयी करुणा भरीते सनातना वर्णित चरिते करुणा गुरुमयी श्री राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव नमस्ते स्तुतामि स्फुरदीप्ति धामे तदीयवराय देशस्वधाम्ने नमराधिकाय तदीयप्रियाय नमराधिकाय तदीयप्रियाय नमानन्तमे राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर दामोदर राधा दामोदर प्रसन्न ब्रजेन्द्र भानुदामिनी ब्रजेन्द्र सोनु संगति कलाकरी अशोक वृषभलरी विधान मंडपति प्रभाल भाल वल्लभ प्रभात
Now, after completing explanation of Sri Damodarastakam, Srila Gurudeva is beginning his explanation of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Rahasya. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is extremely merciful. Why? Because all the instructions which are relevant for devotees in a very low stage, at the very beginning of their spiritual life, in the middle and at the end, all the instructions relevant to the devotees at the very high stage of their spiritual life. He has collected them all together and put them in sequence in his unprecedented Grantha, Sri Bhajan Rahasya. You know that Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he has given in a sutra form, only briefly, the description of Astakaliya Leela, the eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna, which go on throughout 8 portions of the day, 24 hours of the day, all day and night. So after that, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his Govinda Lilamrita, expanded on the basis of those sutras, and he elaborately described Astakaliya Leela. Later, Srila Vishnu Thakur, in his Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita, he elaborated even further on this very confidential and elevated subject matter. So, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, eternal pastimes, which take place from 24 hours a day, these pastimes are divided into 8 sections. They're called 8 yams or 8 kal, 8 times of the day. 3 of these sections occur during the day, 3 of these sections occur during the night, and there's 1 section at dawn and 1 at dusk. Makes 8 portions of the day. So, some people may have the idea that all should just take shelter of Radha Kund and do bhajan there and remember Astakaliya Leela, but this is artificial. Why? Because persons who are qualified for this kind of sadhana, they're extremely rare, and all the various devotees in the devotional community are at different stages and have different requirements in their spiritual life. Everyone cannot attain that stage at once, highest stage at once. And therefore, it's very important to understand the stages which will gradually lead one to successfully arrive at the stage of being absorbed in those very confidential pastimes that have been explained by Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Kaviraj Goswami, and Srila Vishnu Thakur. So, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad explained the stages Ado Shraddha, beginning with faith, Sadhu Sangha, beginning to take shelter of the angas of bhakti, bhajana kriya, then the clearance of unwanted desire and misconception, anatta nivritti, then steadiness comes, steadiness of mind, concentration, after that ruchi, taste, then attachment, and then bhav. In the stage of bhav, one can naturally be absorbed in Astakaliya Leela. So, if one will go through these stages step by step, then, only then will he have the opportunity to be able to touch that eternal transcendental Astakaliya Leela of Radha and Krishna. If artificially one will try to imagine Astakaliya Leela and that one is serving in those pastimes, and one will artificially imitate Panchadasha, the 5 stages of the advanced devotee, Shravandasha, Bharandasha, Smarandasha, Apandasha and Sampantidasha, then what will happen? His intelligence will become bewildered, and he will slowly and surely fall down and become attached to the material world even more. Therefore, it is very essential that one should follow this bhajan padati which has been presented by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This bhajan padati of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhajan Rahasya, is the elaborate explanation of Gauravani, the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself personally gave in Sri Shikshastakam. So each yam of Bhajan Rahasya corresponds to one of the 8 verses of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shikshastakam. So, in the beginning of Shikshastakam, it is stated, Chaito Darpana Marjanam. First of all, the chitta, which is composed of so many sanskars from this life and previous lives, which is contaminated by the modes of nature, this contamination, these mundane sanskars, these are the dust on the mirror, they have to be cleansed away. If first Chaito Darpana Marjanam will not take place, then how will he be able to remember the aprakrita, the supernatural pastimes of Radha Krishna, which are beyond the influence of this material world? So, first Chaito Darpana Marjanam must take place. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very merciful. Why? Because he has explained all of these things. So slowly but surely, the living entities can have the chance to attain the ultimate goal of life. So the first chapter describes Pratham Yam sadhan. So in Pratham Yam, the first portion of the day is called Nishanta. And those devotees who attain Rati or Bhav naturally, spontaneously, they can meditate on the Nishanta Leela of Radha and Krishna. Their pastimes which occur at the end of the night, 3:36 to 6 o'clock. So these pastimes are very, very heartwarming, very, very pleasing. At that time, Brinda Devi, she teaches the birds, cuckoo birds and other birds, to begin to sing all together very, very sweetly to awaken Radha and Krishna, who are sleeping together in a kunj. So gradually Radha Krishna awakening, but they don't open their eyes. They don't want to be separated from each other. So then the parrots come and they sing to Radha Krishna to encourage them to return to their homes, because the morning is about to come. But still they won't go. Then the cockerel crows, but still they won't go. Finally, one old monkey, Kakati, she gives a warning that Jatila may be coming. So then,
oh, coming, just coming.
Jatila is coming
on the door.
Just now, at the door. So at that time, then all become afraid and quickly return to their homes. So before they can return to their homes, they have to be prepared. So when they are eager to go, Rupa Manjari first, followed by Rati Manjari and other Manjaris, they'll enter into the kunj and they'll render their services which are appropriate at that time, such as cleansing and decorating Radha Krishna, doing their shringar before they return. So, and then after that, after Rupa Manjari and her party have rendered these services to Radha and Krishna, then the Lita and Vishaka, the Sakhis, the peers of Radhika, they can enter. So, these pastimes are very beautiful and pleasing to the heart. But those who are anadhikari, those who are not qualified to meditate upon these pastimes, they should not touch these things. They should not try to touch. It's very dangerous. Why? Because as soon as they touch, then it will awaken their material sanskars and they'll begin to remember all their own experiences in the material world. So this will be unfavorable for their progress in spiritual life. Therefore, if one cannot remember the Nishanta Leela, then at once one should come to Nishanta Bhajan, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained. What is the meaning of Nishanta Bhajan? It means Nishanta. Nishanta means Radha Krishna's pastimes at the end of night. But for those not qualified, Nishanta Bhajan, the end of the night, that means the darkness of their journey in this material world in many lifetimes is about to come to an end. What is the sign? They develop Shraddha. The living entity develops faith. This faith comes...
What is Nisha? What is Nisha?
Nisha, general meaning of Nisha is night time. And
generally people are sleeping in bhajan. Ignorance is Nisha.
Nisha means night time and Anta means end. So Radha Krishna's pastimes, they're at the end of night, Nishanta Leela. But for the living entities, they are sleeping in Maya, they are not practicing devotional service. So Nisha Anta means the end of their ignorance of devotional service and their constitutional position in relationship with Shri Krishna. So, what is the sign of Nishanta, the end of the ignorance? That Shraddha, faith, is awakened in the heart. It comes by sadhu sangha, the association of pure devotees. What is this Shraddha? By the association of pure devotees, a person comes to understand that in this world, if I am wealthy, if I am beautiful, if I am healthy, if I have power and position, popularity, the love and affection of people in this world, family members, all of these things, by attaining all of these things, I cannot be happy. There is only suffering in this world, and therefore, if I want to be happy forever, it is essential that I engage in the practice of devotional service. And one who has Shraddha, external symptom, he will be Sharnagat. He will be unconditionally surrendered at the lotus feet of Sadguru and Shuddha Vaishnavas. So this faith, it has its internal and external symptoms. So the internal, the Bhaktilata Bij, the seed of devotion, has its internal, external symptoms. So the Swarup, or the constitutional, internal nature of Bhaktilata Bij, the seed of devotion, is Krishna Seva Vasana, the desire to serve Krishna. And its outer symptom is complete conviction in the instructions given by Krishna in Shastra. Complete faith, complete conviction in the words of Hari, Guru, Vaishnav, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Therefore, it is some definitions have been given in Shastra. In Amnai Sutra, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written, Shraddha Tananyo Varjam Bhaktun Mukhi Chitta Vritti Vishesh. Shraddha means the special disposition of the heart, which remains forever inclined towards acts of service to Krishna, completely neglecting all other processes and all other activities, including karma, fruitive activity, jnana, the cultivation of philosophical knowledge in order to attain liberation from this world, and yoga, the development of the practice of yoga to develop mystic siddhi. When all other types of sadhana are being completely neglected and one's heart is specially inclined only to acts of service, this is called Shraddha, faith. So this is actually the description of Krishna Seva Vasana, the internal symptom of the Bhaktilata Bij. An outer symptom, in Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita is stated, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudhira Nischay Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Kama Kritahe. When a person has the unflinching conviction that simply by performing bhakti my life will be successful, there's one only needs to serve the lotus feet of Krishna under the guidance of Guru, and by doing this all my responsibilities in this world are automatically fulfilled, and therefore I have no other responsibility except for to do bhajan, then this conviction, which is unwavering, is called Shraddha. So this is the outer symptom of the presence of Bhaktilata Bij. These are the symptoms of Paramatik Shraddha, transcendental faith, not worldly conviction. And this Paramatik Shraddha, or transcendental faith, also has two types. First type, Shashan Mayi Shraddha, or Shastra Artha Avadarni Mayi Shraddha. The faith which is inspired by adherence to the rules and regulations given in scripture, which give one a discipline. If you don't do bhajan, you will have to suffer. So this Shashan Mayi Shraddha, Shastra Artha Avadarni Mayi Shraddha, is the eligibility to enter into Vaidhi Bhakti. The other type of Shraddha, faith, is called Lobhamayi Shraddha, or Bhagavat Leela Madhurya Lobhamayi Shraddha. The faith which is based on, which is inspired by the sweetness, hearing the sweetness of the services rendered by the associates of Krishna in his very sweet and beautiful pastimes. If one wants to serve like them, this is called Lobhamayi Shraddha. Now, what type of faith will awaken in the heart of the living entity? It will depend on sanskar, their impressions from their previous lives' association and previous lives' practice. there are many persons who come into sadhu sangha and they sit down and they listen and they have sadhu sangha for 50 years. But even after 50 years, they haven't really been listening, they've not been paying attention, otherwise they were listening but they're not following, they're not observing the teachings which are given by the sadhu. And therefore after many, many years of association with the sadhu, they have not made any progress. They have not become transformed and become like that sadhu. On the other hand, it may be that someone comes into sadhu sangha and there and then, in only a few days, they become transformed and they're following completely. Why? Depends on previous sanskars. So, Srila Gurudeva finally commented, but he translated into English, that he sees many so-called who are wearing red cloth and brahmacharis and in renounced order. They are coming very, very late. They are not taking part in kirtan, and they think that these things are not important. Only what Gurudev says is important. So we should try to follow all yam and niyam, to be under Gurudev's guidance and attend all the practices which are part of our Damodar Brat, Urja Brat, Kartik Brat, under Gurudev's guidance. Hare Madhubala was very good. If I wear this peacock feather and flute and Pitambara, all will respect me and give me so many laddus. Many laddus. So Madhubala was very happy and he took these items from Krishna and went to play Hira. In the meantime, just before this, Kansa Maharaj was in Mathura. Kamsa Maharaj was very worried. Why? He sent many demons. Purtana, Trindavarta, Shakatasur. And they all came to Vrindavan. But they never came back again. They never even sent any news what happened. So he called one of his very close, intimate demons. And he said, okay, see, I want you to go to Vrindavan. And you should kill Krishna. Keshi said, how will I recognize him? Kamsa Maharaj said, it's very easy. He wears a peacock feather, pitalvar, and plays upon a flute. So then, Keshi Daitya, he came here to Vrindavan. And when he came, he saw that there was one boy. But he wasn't like Shamasundar. He was somewhat fat. But anyway, he had a peacock feather, flute, and pitambar. So this must be Krishna. So then Keshi came up to kill him. And he turned around and with his back legs, he tried to kick him and kill him. He is so big and strong. He has clouds hovering above his head. He is so as big as a mountain. And he makes the earth tremble when he moves. So he came to Madhumangal, and with his back legs he went to kick him. But not by the touch of his back legs, only by the wind, only by the air. From the movement of his legs, Madhumangal went flying. Over and over he was rolling and fell into bushes. So then Keshi Daitya, killing Krishna was very easy. This was a very easy thing. So now I should have some fun and make some disturbance. So he was very proud. He thought he had killed Krishna and he wanted to make a disturbance here in Brajamandal. Oh, this was his big mistake, because at once Krishna came there and mostly liberated him from his false ego, from his identification with the material body. And so this place is called Keshigat. The place
took rest here, and Murari Gupta worshipped Jagannath Dev. He worshipped his Jagannath Dev. So this deity is here. So now Ban Maharaj will speak something.
Guru Gaura Chandra Shiguan Gauranga. Now we have come to this place. It is all devotees, please sit down. Everyone has to sit down and take some rest here. Why? Otherwise you cannot be Gaudiya. You cannot be a follower of Mahaprabhu if you don't sit down and take some rest here. Why? Because when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here and did Parikrama of Vrindavan, this is the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he sat down and took rest here. How is he? Oh, absorbed in transcendental bhav. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, after being in Puri, after touring South India also, gradually he came here to Vrindavan. And being here in Vrindavan, he came to him one sevak, Balabhadra Bhattacharya. And also, after being in Mathura, one Brahmin, Samadhya Brahmin, was also traveling with Mahaprabhu at that time. So Mahaprabhu, he used to stay in the evening at Akur Ghat, where you have been. And in the daytime, he would go from there and he would chant Harinam, sitting beneath Imli Tala. And as he was doing Vrindavan Parikrama, gradually he came to this place. Madhu Madhurasmita, Lobita Tarubitam, Anupama Bhava Vilasam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he would smile, his smile was so sweet. And upon seeing the beautiful smile of Mahaprabhu, you should all come and take darshan and see the beautiful smile of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, Lobita Tanubitam, he awakens greed. His beautiful smile awakens greed within the hearts of the living entities.
सर मुझको भाई साहब हैं परेशान करेंगे
इसी तरह से पहले वो काम भजन में भी था। श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण बर्तन पाप सेवन अर्चन बंधन दास सत्कार निवेदन।
नंद सुन भक्त संग संगमाभिनंदिनी मां पुनः सर्वदार बिंदु भंजनन।
लाला कहाँ?
Yeah, no.
चल ले जा जा
Vrindavan Parikrama. Valevan is a place of vale or bilva trees. So there are many, or have been many bilva trees here. And the speciality of this place is that Sri Lakshmi came here to gain admittance to Rasadhan. So we know there are three goddesses of fortune. The first goddess of fortune is Lakshmi within this material world. Everybody is praying for good fortune from this Lakshmi in the material world, but she's known as Chanchal. She'll come to an individual at one point and then leave. She'll come to a family at one point and then leave. But all the inhabitants of the material world, including the demigods, they're all praying for the mercy of Chanchal Lakshmi. Next, Lakshmi is the goddess of fortune in Vaikuntha planet. They're the consorts of Sri Vishnu Narayan. And they are Vaibhav Prakash of Srimati Radhika. And Srimati Radhika is the supreme goddess of fortune. So in Braj, there's not just one goddess of fortune, but many goddesses of fortune. Lakshmi Sahasrishata Sambrama Sevima Govindamani Purusha Namaham Magam Ajami. Brahmaji is praying. Shya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha. There's wonderful love affairs here where all the beloveds are goddesses of fortune. And the lover, supreme lover, this is Parama Purusha, supreme personality, supreme loving personality. One minute.
पूजी का सामान
अबे नाटक रही नाटक जाई
Problem. Shame. राधा मुकुंद मुदिताम यमुनाम नमामि। राधा मुकुंद जहाँ विहार करते हैं ये बिहार कुंड है, ये बिहार घाट है ना, इमली तला घाट, फिर केसी घाट, ये सारे कितने घाट बने हुए यहाँ, ये सभी यहाँ पर राधा कृष्ण ने विहार किया है। जल क्रीड़ा जल के लिए हुआ है हमेशा, उनके क्रीड़ा स्थल लीला स्थल।
Similar devotee preaching in the whole world. Now, Kartik month, on the bank of Jamuna, Vrindavan Dham, Seva Kunja, and also Gopinath Bhaman.
I offer my most respectful obeisances to my spiritual masters and to all the assembled Vaishnavas who are here in this most auspicious time and the most auspicious place. Srila Reinhardt has requested me to glorify my spiritual master. Of course, by the grace of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we were also introduced to many other so wonderful great souls. At a certain time in my life I was going through an incredible amount of despair. Then I heard one story from Srila Bhakti Maharaj. He was quoting how Raghunath Goswami had been broken-hearted in Jagannath Puri after the departure of his Swarup Damodar, his spiritual master, and Mahaprabhu himself, so much that he was actually thinking of giving up his body. He didn't want to be in this world with us without his beloved guardians. But he made a decision that before that he wanted to see Govardhan. Apparently he hadn't been to Govardhan before that. He wanted to see Govardhan Radhakunda. So he made the journey and came here to this holiest of all places. And here he met with Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami. And he wrote, I met my Mahaprabhu and my Swarup Damodar again. They were still living in Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. And then he got such a renewed enthusiasm in his spiritual service that he did what he did. Our Prayojana Acharya, Srila Raghunathas Babaji Maharaj. So, when I heard that story, I became very, very hopeful, because in my small mind I had somehow had felt the fear that after my Gurudev Srila Prabhupada had returned to his Nitya Lila, then maybe there would be no more hope of having any more guidance and any more good association to trust and all that. I think many of you present here shared these type of feelings in those same years. So, but by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, we could meet and get the association of so many of his beloved God brothers and friends who are so generous to help us, to keep us somehow or other connected with the line of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhakti Rakshita Maharaj used to tell us, we have to do relief work. We have to somehow or other give relief to those who are suffering from the separation of their spiritual master, or whatever other reason may give suffering to them, but specifically in this regard of having gone through the departure of one's spiritual guardian and being practically an orphan, in that moment you need so much relief. Plus, one is suffering from one's own immaturity, his own lack of understanding, and that makes you more helpless than anything else. So this relief work he emphasized so much, and this relief work is going on intensely, as I can also see here in this wonderful assembly. This relief work of bringing people closer to Krishna, whatever it may take. When my spiritual master boldly ventured his mission into the Western countries, he had full faith in the instruction. I just recently heard Prabhupada saying on one tape, I really didn't have much qualification of my own. The only thing which I can say about myself, which gives credit to myself, I had full faith in the words of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. I had full faith that I was about to do something on his behalf, to take his desire, his intense desire, that Krishna consciousness may conquer the whole world and reach the hearts of everyone in one way or another. Krishna is very tricky when it comes to preaching. I just heard from one devotee 2 days ago that the Chinese government paid him a ticket and paid him for singing the holy names of Krishna in many cities of China, plus in the radio and the television. And they were so pleased with his singing that they told him, you must promise every year you will come back. So surprising things by this Lord, who's standing at Vangsivat, playing his flute, inviting the whole world, Vedamata, Gayatri, sending the messages out into the world. Come to Vrindavan, come to Vangsivat, come to the pure devotees, have association, don't stay there at home, don't waste your life away with all these mundane activities. So Prabhupada went and he conquered the world for Lord Chaitanya. He actually did that. And he constructed a royal road from Vrindavan into almost every country of the world. And on that road he brought literature, musical instruments, sadhus, everything and anything you can imagine. And then he would take everybody back to Vrindavan. One time I was on one 747, you know, the biggest airplane, and it was packed, all with Vaishnavas. I'm sure some of you were on that plane. And in that, the devotees were dancing and dancing inside the airplane while it was flying, and the stewardess was saying, please, not so high. Huh? And then somebody asked Prabhupada, hey Prabhupada, why you spend so much money bringing all these people here to India? And Prabhupada looked at him and says, why do you eat every day? So he had a good answer for everything, that's for sure. So then, Srila Prabhupada and his transcendental vision, it was extraordinary generous, that is without a question. And we are experiencing it just by the fact of remembering him and remembering what he did and how he accepted to live with us, how he accepted any type of condition to make everybody know that Lord Krishna and Srimati Radhika, they're the supreme divine couple, waiting generously, inviting themselves through the form of Chaitanya and Nityananda, that the whole world may come here to Shringavat, Imlitala, Sevakunja, to these most confidential places of divine pastimes, Radhakunda, Govardhan, So, I don't know how in the world Prabhupada could actually make some use of quite a useless fellow. You know, everybody can make his own evaluation of himself, and when I try to look upon myself impartially, I can only say definitely useless. But somehow the Prabhupada told us from the very beginning of coming in contact with him that we should just repeat his message. And somehow or other I'm trying to do that, and then some use apparently appears. No credit of mine whatsoever, but somehow or other Srila Prabhupada is utilizing us as his instruments. And afterwards, like now, where's Lord Chaitanya? Where's Lord Krishna? I didn't see them personally, I didn't talk to them, and so far they haven't talked to me. But I've seen Srila Prabhupada, he has talked to me. And when I go to the spiritual world by his grace, if I meet him there, then all my longings are fulfilled. And he can introduce me to anybody else he likes to. But I just want to meet him, and I know he's there because he was here, and he was so, I would say, mad about Krishna and mad about Lord Chaitanya, that even though at the advanced stage he would sing and dance in front of the Rasa Yatra carts, melting everybody's heart and making